Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. Today we're taking a look at zip channels inside of FL Studio. If you are unfamiliar, if you're in the channel rack, you could select a channel or a group of channels by click dragging or holding shift to add additional channels to your selection. You can zip these channels, meaning make them really tiny, by hitting Alt-Z. And it will create this zipped version of them. What's great about this is it kind of gets the channels you don't want to see sort of out of your way. So you could see other things that are more important. You could simply right click on any zip channel to open it, or you could double click on any selector and it will open all zip channels. At the moment, I'm unaware of how to group zip channels, but there is a way to group channels and use filter groups, which if you're not doing, you definitely should be. So for example, I have these groups set up here. So I have my automation clips, which this one's created by default for you, drums, contact instruments. So if I'm working on drums, I can just go to my drums group and all the drum channels are right there and it's all organized for me. So how do you create something like this? Well, let's go to the all group, select something. Like, let's just say I want to make one for just my cymbals for some reason. You could come over here to the menu, and in here you can also do your zip. This is where you could see the Alt-Z, but you can also go to the group selected, Alt-G. And when you group it, we'll call this our cymbals. And there you go. Now we have a cymbals group to go between. So this could be really, really great, but there is an extra sort of power move that will take zip channels up another level for you. It would be nice if channels I'm not using just zip themselves and only show me what I am using. Usually I only want this later in a project when I've got most of the parts there. This isn't a behavior you're gonna want on all the time. So let's say that, I'm at the point where I'm now ready to start mixing and maybe making some adjustments. So what I could do is you can see I could click, I'm on these different patterns, but the MIDI is in all these different places. And it makes it kind of difficult, or not difficult, but now you have to go hunt down where the MIDI is, scroll to it, it's this extra stuff. It'd be nice if everything I wasn't using just zipped and only the stuff I wanted to see was visible. So you could come up here to options, go to general, and in miscellaneous, there's an option called auto zip empty channels. So we're gonna go ahead and toggle this. And again, that's in options, general, miscellaneous, auto zip empty channels. And with that on, now if I go to a new pattern, let's say that I go to this hi-hat pattern, boom, everything is now closed except the one I want to see, the hi-hats. If I go back over to that bass, now only that information's there. And this combined with filter groups is a fantastic way I find to move around. It's really, really nice. Now there is a couple downsides to this that you should be aware of. That first, the instruments you would like to add are now zipped. And for this reason, I really encourage you to get in the habit of using a color code. So for example, I know these are purple instruments. These are going to be contact instruments for me. And so I can open them up by right clicking as I want, or I can go to a filter group that I've already set up for contact to see the relevant groups. I have various color codes for different things, and this can sort of help. And this is why it's usually something I only turn on at the end of projects or once a project has most of the pieces going on, because at that point, I'm not looking to add new parts. I may want to just adjust a part, and it can be worth coming in and just turning that on. But I will often come in here and also just turn it off so that I could see everything in the project as I move around. But it is an option for you if you've never tried it out. It could be an interesting way to mix up your workflow and navigate a bigger project. If you have any questions about anything you saw, let me know. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day. Drop